Hey ghouls, welcome to my first video on this channel. Today I will be reviewing the Monster High live action movie, Monster High the movie. Let's go.
You are dead to me, 'cause what you said to me.
First up we'll do Claudine. I like most of Claudine's outfits in the movie, though there are definitely problems. I feel that her outfits aren't as bold and out there as I would hope they would be, since Claudine has always been known as the fashionista at Monster High. The glasses aren't a major issue, but I do feel they weren't necessary and there is a bit too much purple in her hair. My main problem with Claudine's look has got to do with her ears. They look really fake and it is quite distracting. As for her personality, I feel like she and Draculaura completely switched personalities, since Claudine is usually the fierce, confident one, and in this movie she's bubbly and shy. Now for Draculaura's design. In this movie, her outfits were absolutely perfect. They were spot on pink and black Draculaura. Her hair is okay, but I do miss the pigtails. Also, it feels weird that she's very rude and kind of unsociable, but also she's a witch, which is very different from the cute vampire Draculaura that we all know and love. I won't do Frankie since in this movie she's pretty much perfect. So next I'll do my queen, Laguna. As you can probably tell by my name, Laguna is my favorite character, which is why it upsets me to say that in this movie she wasn't given justice. I don't know why they decided to turn her into Doja Cat with preppy outfits, rainbow hair, and normal skin tone instead of the blue scaly fish that she is. At least she has the fins on her feet, but other than that, Laguna is completely unrecognizable. As for her personality, now she's besties with Cleo, and while I miss her Australian accent, I appreciate the diversity that this casting brings. But also, the CGI on her shark mouth is absolutely terrifying. Basically, the rest of the cast is the same, except for Deuce. And as for Deuce, he's just the casual emo, not like have a boy's boy. He's literally just Jughead. And, well, he's not really Deuce, he's not cool, he doesn't say dude. I don't think he says dude once in the movie, and that's offensive. Also, Ghoulia talks, and Abby doesn't have an accent. The songs in this movie are bops, they absolutely slap. I couldn't even say which song was my favorite because all of the songs are so good. The entire cast is super talented, especially Nia Damazin, who plays Draculaura. Actually, the three of us is probably my favorite, but Coming Out of the Dark, True Monster Heart, and the rest of them are all so good as well. This movie actually surprisingly has a very solid plot. This movie follows Claudine, a 15-year-old freshman at Monster High, who is secretly half human, half werewolf. After finding out that a fellow half-human, Eddie Hyde, had created a potion that can make you a full monster, Claudine sets out on a quest to find this potion. Along the way, she makes friends with Frankie Stein and Draculaura, as well as a romantic interest in Deuce Gorgon. We'll touch on that later. Soon after, the three girls find the hidden lab and the potion. But just as Claudine's about to drink it, Mr. Comos comes in, who is the history teacher at Monster High. Turns out, he's Hyde's son, which kind of makes him Holt Hyde / Jackson Jekyll's father. He turns into a crazy beast after drinking the potion. But, using Comos' own powers against him, Claudine and her friends will defeat him. In the end, Claudine is accepted as a half-human at Monster High, and they are being watched by a witch in a crystal ball, and this witch wants to bring Draculaura in. I like how Draculaura being a witch was important to the plot, because that's majority of the movie them trying to make a potion so they can open the door to the lab. Also, I like the callback in the end to the Ogre Bone Mug. I find that the script is very well written, even though some of the lines are very cringe. The most popular ship in the Monster High fandom is probably Cleo and Deuce. But in this movie, they decide to put Deuce with the main character of the movie, Claudine. At this point, Claudine is literally a lesbian icon, so it just feels a bit weird. And even in this movie, I get very strong gay vibes from her. She clearly has crushes on both Dracula and Frankie. So that whole Deuce thing, it just feels messed up. That's the only canon ship in this movie, but I kinda ship Cleo and Laguna. Based on the cliffhanger at the end of the movie, I'm pretty sure this one will get a sequel. So here are some of my ideas. I think with the crystal ball at the end, it could be setting up Twyla and that whole boogeyman cave thing from Haunted. Characters I'd like them to introduce are Spectra, Claude, Howleen, Operetta, and maybe Jackson Jekyll? They could introduce Jackson as Mr. Comos' son. Also, I really want Abby, Gulia, and Laguna, as well as Heath, to have more screen time in the sequel. Overall, while I do miss Generation 1 and the voice actors and costumes from that one, I really like where this new generation is going and how it's going to inspire the next generation of kids. It has that nice decom feel that always makes you feel cozy and nice. It has an amazingly talented and diverse cast, which makes this a very special project that is honestly good. Although the third act is very rushed and the villain twist was kind of predictable. Bye guys, see you next time.